What's up, guys? So, I said ask me anything. Got a lot of questions, some really good ones. Still out here in beautiful Chiang Mai at Joe Best's place. Check him out, Best Transformation. So we'll start things off. Question 1, Mr. Grip Cut. This got a lot of likes, thumbs up. Hey Tim, as I said many times, you changed my life. Is it hard for you to watch guys like Jamie Oliver and DJ Barbecue talk about some juicy young pork? For me it is. And did you talk with them about veganism? Yeah, I talked with them about veganism. DJ Barbecue, Jamie Oliver are two of my favourite people on the planet actually. They're so kind, loving people. Their role on this planet is not to promote veganism, it's not to be vegan at this time yet, maybe sometime in the future. They both do a lot. I mean, Jamie Oliver in particular does so much for animal welfare. Like, he does more for animal welfare than companies like Peter, I imagine. Like, he's bringing up the masses from not caring about animals at all to going, oh, if we're going to eat them, at least let's make them live a better life. Like, I know that we still shouldn't kill them, but you've got to make people stop caring about animals and think, oh, at least treat them right, before they then go on to going, oh, if we care about animals, let's not kill them. That's the next chapter. So he's bringing up the masses from there to caring about animals. The next step isn't too far from that, and that's veganism. So when I see it, I accept it. That's who they are. They're such lovely, kind people. That's the most important thing. This is the time we live in. That's not their role in this time, at this moment. That's cool. Next, what are your favourite fiction and non-fiction books? Celestine Prophecy, Power of Now, A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle is amazing. Yeah, Celestine Prophecy, I read all 4 books of them. Really amazing, inspiring journeys. Yeah, and Eckhart Tolle. Next up, are you into cars? If so, what type? Teslas and BMW i8s. How are you dealing with B12 and zinc levels while being vegan? Not hating, just curious. Are you taking any supplements? I'm not taking any supplements. I've not taken supplements. I took B12 maybe like 3 days in a row and then I stopped. I didn't like that habit. I'm going to get my blood test. I obviously don't know, but you know, I didn't take any supplements before I went vegan. I took protein powder, but I don't take anything like that now. I don't believe, you look at any animal in nature, they don't take any supplements. They just eat a range of fruit and vegetables, and they're healthy herbivores like us. What was it like working with Disclosure? They're really cool guys. Would you ever consider doing something? Yeah, I really like acting. I'd love to do some more of that stuff. That was really fun trip. 4 countries, 4 days. Most influential parkour freeman you've met apart from David Bell and Sebastian Fugant, Daniel Lebacka, absolute legend. If you ever meet him, have a conversation with him, he's a beautiful human being. How do you escape the rhythm of working, living for the next month, living for the next month and so on? I don't necessarily mean being wealthy, but living a happy life. Do what you love, find a way to do what you love. Everyone is on this planet with a goal. Everyone's attracted to something, everyone's get excited by something differently. So find what excites you, do it, and do it with purity, do it without fear, and eventually there'll be a way for you to make a living off it. Money is just a form of energy, and so long as you don't have a fear or negativity towards that, you will attract that. That's just something we need to survive in this current time. You do what you love, you'll attract what you need to continue to do what you love, and that is money. Just don't have a negative connotation towards money, and you'll be alright. What's your favourite place you've ever trained in the world or been in the world? Chiang Mai is one of the best places I've ever been, although I've only been there a few days. Hong Kong is actually one of my favourite places. Do you play any games on your phone or tablet maybe you meant? Yeah, I play Sudoku quite a lot, and Solitaire, and Freestyle. I actually really like Freestyle at the moment. Yeah. What do you think about people taking big risks only because someone is filming? Yeah, I have mixed feelings, because I feel like you shouldn't do something because someone's filming, but at the same time, I've definitely done a lot of movements only because someone's filming. Generally more flow runs than big risky movements. Yeah, do what you want. If someone's filming and that inspires you, just check that you're still doing it from a pure place and you're not doing it purely just to show off. You're doing it also for the experience of progression as well. Have you ever been confronted with harsh criticism from friends or family regarding the way you eat? It's from Kirsty Childs. And your general perception of the world, and if so, yeah, definitely family don't get it, they think I'm weird. I had arguments with my mum. She gets mad if I swear in a video. yet she'll pay people to kill animals. And I think swearing is like, you can choose or choose not to be offended by that, it's just words, but the killing of an animal is an action that's negative towards the animal. That is far worse than swearing. But, you know, maybe that's just my opinion and my morals are swayed, I don't know. Just seeing your family eat meat, dairy upset you? Yes, only because of health perspectives for them. Obviously it's sad for the animal, but that is, again, as I say, this is the times that we live in. People eat meat. If it upsets you that people eat meat, you know, you've got a problem, because you're living in that time. You have to accept that people eat meat and just be the positive light of not eating meat, that you don't need to eat meat, and promote that in a lovely way, in a kind way to people who accept. Like, try and, for me, as I said about Jamie Oliver, DJ Bobby, they're such nice people. When I try and talk about veganism and promote it, I try and make sure, I think, if they were to hear me talking about it now, would they be offended by the way I'm speaking, and try and just speak as though they wouldn't be offended by my, you know, I don't sound ignorant or rude, or like I'm putting myself above non-vegans, because I'm not above I'm not above anyone. How much raw and cooked food do you normally eat? In a lot of my vlogs I put a lot more cooked food than the raw food. I mean, if I eat a lot of fruit, but if I put that in every video every day, fruit, you know, it's colourful and bright, but it looks the same. I wanted to show people the abundance of meals you can eat in restaurants and all around the world. But I eat a lot of raw food. I try and eat raw till 4. At the moment I'm not in the best way, but I'm travelling and I'm enjoying the restaurants. In Chiang Mai there's over 70 vegetarian restaurants here, so I've only here for a certain amount of time. I want to try as many as possible. Would you have a relationship with someone if they were not vegan too? It's a very good question. The way I see it, and this may sound really rude to some people, but for me to actually date a non-vegan almost feels like dating a racist would have years ago. I can be friends with them, I can everything, but there's a certain wavelength and mindset to be that, an acknowledgement that you shouldn't kill animals to eat them, for me, and to actually date someone that ate animals, I don't think it's possible for me. I don't know, I don't want to sound judgmental, I don't mean it in that way, but I really think there's a certain wavelength you get to where you accept that we don't need to kill animals to eat them, and I'd like a girl to be on that same wavelength too. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's a big step. What are your thoughts on bullying? Yeah, it's bad. We do it to animals, species. You against killing animals, but why you don't think the soul of ground tree? Okay, this is a good question. I'm going to go back at why don't you think the soul of ground and tree and all food that you're eating? Do you know what scientists found, that you cut the leaf, the energy field, like the soul of the leaf will disappear and die? Wow. Do you eat fruits and vegetables because you kill them too? Yeah, but if you care about fruits and vegetables, then you should eat them instead of animals, because the amount of fruits and vegetables we feed to animals to make them live, you're killing, if you care about fruits and vegetables living, you're killing so many by eating animals, because the amount they have to feed them, as well as the fact that veganism is connecting with being human, being humane, the natural urges within us. If you see a cow get its throat slit, you feel something bad in your stomach. If you see a man cutting grass, you don't feel anything. At this stage in our time, in our evolution, we feel bad for the animal, we don't feel bad for the grass. Naturally, that's in us, that's instinctual. So veganism is just connecting with that and living the truth of a human at this stage of our evolution. As we go forward, I completely believe humans are fruitarian, because I put spinach in a pan sometimes and I see it sizzle up and I feel kind of bad. And I think that, as you said, there is an energy field of the thing. They're all conscious, plants are conscious. When you cut the plant, the cabbage, the lettuce, you kill it, you do kill it, and I do feel kind of bad. That's why there are people that live as frugivores, completely eat nothing but fruit, 30 odd years, perfectly happy, perfectly healthy. We can do that, it's in our physiological capabilities, but we're not there yet. The first stage is to stop just killing the animals, and then we'll get to that stage where we actually stop feeling bad for the plants and we just eat fruit. And then, you know, Adam and Eve, they were just breatharians, they ate fruits, and they came down, they got ego, they dropped down, heaven on earth, Garden of Eden went because we started eating the fruit. If we go back, stop eating animals, stop eating vegetables, we eat just fruit, it's going to be a lot closer to Garden of Eden. And then, from then, maybe we could be breatharian. Who knows, because you don't know. I don't know, but you don't know either. Could be breatharian. I think there's a possibility. Right, next question. Can you tell us of any projects that are happening? Hope you're having a good time travelling. Yeah, I'm not even in the frame of mind of projects. I'm having my first holiday in a long, long time, just travelling around. Are you a Dorian rider? No, he's not here right now, but what a guy he is. You're an inspiration. Yeah. I was wondering how strict you are with your diet, as in how do you feel towards having vegan junk food, or perhaps in other words sticking to an raw 8-10 food. I think if you really want to be optimum health, 8-10-10 raw vegan, ideal. Rule to 4, step behind that, it helps you transition, you can enjoy your social life, your evening dinners, everything like that. But if you're eating vegan junk food, so be it. At least it is on your conscience, it's on, you're responsible for yourself, you're independent of relying on animals for food and them being slaves for you to eat. Why do you work with Flow? Because of the money or the parkour streaming community? Both. I get to make a living and I get to promote, help the parkour community. If I wasn't doing it, someone else would, and I like to think my message is positive, and I understand parkour on a depth because I've been doing it for so long, that as long as I'm there doing it, the message will remain positive and you'll maybe get a depth beyond what you're currently thinking of parkour that I can offer. I just started being vegan. I told my mum, she doesn't mind, but I'm worried of telling my dad because he's a huge meat eater. Any advice on how I should tell him? Tell him you're gay first, see how he reacts to that, and then gauge on that situation, and then maybe tell him eat meat. If he's alright with that, I think he'll be alright with being vegetarian. No. He should accept you. If he really loves you, he loves you for who you are, your mind, the way you think, and if that's a decision you want to make, that's it. If he wants to be in control of you, you're a fellow human being, he doesn't own you. You shouldn't be in control of what you eat. If you don't want to pay people to kill animals, that should be your choice. How is the Storm team? They're good, man. Everyone's good. We're all on our own journeys right now. It's really nice. When we meet up, we have such good hangouts, good times, but we're such different individuals. We're all just being individual, representing ourselves right now. You're obviously spiritual. What are your spiritual beliefs like? Do you believe in a God, creator, higher energy? Absolutely. I don't believe in one man overseeing everything. I believe in a collective consciousness between all of us, a group drive. Every action that everyone does, even if it's selfish, is a cry for love. Every action is out of love or a cry for love, and that vibration of love is the controlling factor. It's the most powerful factor. It overrides fear. You know, that for me is God. That's, you know, I think I'll talk about that more in another one. I'll go into that, but there's definitely a higher energy. We've got 5 senses in this life to understand life. That's very limited. As you start to understand intuition and these other, you know, you're gaining these other powers. You start to synchronicities as well. As Einstein, one of my favorite quotes, Einstein said, "Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous." When you notice these synchronicities, you're in the flow of life. This is God winking at you, saying you're doing the right thing. Continue to do what you're doing, because you're living your truth that you were here to do. What do you think about Sun Warrior protein? If you believe you need protein and you believe it helps you, then it helps you. Sun Warrior is a vegan protein, take it. I don't believe I need protein supplements. You don't need more than 3 to 6% protein in your diet whatsoever to maintain all the strength you have scientifically fact. That's it. So I get 3 to 9% from fruits and vegetables. Don't need any supplements, no protein. Why do you think people refuse to accept veganism as a better way of eating, not just for the animals, for the planet? Why do people spit on the idea? People spit. Your veganism, I spit on it. It's addiction. It's addiction. People don't want to change their ways, they don't want to accept. People are afraid of change, they're afraid of being judged, they're afraid of you thinking you're better than them, so their response, their actual response is egoic, denial, fight back. You're judging me, I'm going to judge you, what you're doing is wrong. Yeah, that's it. It's like an addictive response. If you tell an alcoholic that they're an alcoholic, their first response might be denial, and they might attack you back. The battery just died in the camera, but we're up and running. Next question, Sean Long. How did you come to meeting Ellie Goulding, and how close friends are you guys? She tweeted me, and we're pretty close. What are your heroes, role models? Dave Bell, Gary Yorovsky, Russell Brand, #1 Russell Brand. That guy, watch his shit, the truth. Tells the truth, man. What are your main income streams and how do you strike a balance between work and training? YouTube, parkour work. That's really it. Do you think veganism is the answer to everyone on the planet? It can help a lot of people, but the planet. What about people in African tribal culture where many rely on meat to survive? That's fine. Surviving, if you need to survive, eat meat. It is an important survival trait of our past, our ancestors. If you've got an iPhone, you're on YouTube with a channel, you probably don't need to eat meat, unless you're in Alaska or something like that. 99.99% of people watching my videos, commenting, got an Instagram, you're not surviving. You don't need to pay people to kill animals, so you can have a sandwich there. The next day you forgot, if I asked you what you had yesterday for dinner, you know, you have to try and remember it. And that was the whole animal's life purpose, was for that. It's a bit silly. How are you dealing with B12? Okay. Is your recovery rate longer due to not having as much protein? No, recover faster than ever because carb the fuck up. Yeah, protein is really for bulking, whereas you need to replace the carbohydrates to recover. And you know what affects my recovery as much as protein is how hydrated I am, so how much water I'm drinking, how much sleep I'm getting, how happy I am, how often I'm training at the time. If I'm training a lot, then my recovery is a lot because it feels like it needs to be. If I'm training not that often, then my body just slows down its recovery. Like I said, if I'm happy, that is a big one. If you're happy and you're buzzing, and you're in a state of well-being, you recover. These things affect you more than what you're consuming. It's your own inner strength coming through. Can vegans eat butter? No. I want to go vegan vegetarian at the same time. How to gain bulk weight? How do I recommend that? The biggest thing that affects my weight is how late at night I eat and how much cooked food I eat. If I eat raw and I finish eating at like 7 o'clock, I trim down. If I eat big rice, sweet potato, curry at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, I gain weight. That's, for me, my experience, and I can only speak from my experience, that's what affects me to bulk. If you want to bulk, eat big meals, lots of times, late at night. Can you come climb coconut trees with me in Hawaii? Evan Rock, yes. Fruit Zen, I absolutely can do that. But I'll see you at some point next year. And I'll see you at Woodstock Fruit Festival. How long did you do parkour until you started rooftoping? Okay. I don't know, a week. Right. End of the questions. Thank you for all the questions. I appreciate that. Stay tuned for more vegan vlogs from me in Chiang Mai. I love you all. I love you, Chiang Mai!